News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adahi Tanu program. Cars Plus, visit today during our spring sales event. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, a man is sentenced to 2 decades behind bars for criminal sexual conduct. Plus, the 37-year-old man who died when his car ran off the roadway in Santa Rita has been identified. And Nestor Lecanto reports on an encouraging sign for the island's critical labor shortage.
Hafaday and good evening. April is Earth Month and Guam EPA is facing an outbreak of illegal dumping. Chris Barnett reports.
Illegal dumping. It is everywhere. Guam EPA spokesman Nick Lee says it isn't just Guam, it's global.
It's not just a crisis on Guam.
Lee estimates there's more than 12,000 tons of illegally dumped garbage on Guam hiding in plain sight in almost every village.
You're looking at everything from white goods to household trash and waste to construction and demolition debris.
It seems like every village has one. And with all this illegal dumping going on, it may surprise you to know that Guam EPA has only issued 47 littering citations in the past 2 years. Lee saying GIPA puts more emphasis on compliance than fines, meaning the agency would rather see you clean up your mess than pay a fine. And when it comes to those fines, Guam EPA is limited on what it can dish out to dumpers, even repeat offenders.
No less than $200 and no more than $1,000.
Lee saying there are many reasons for illegal dumping, but none of them are good enough to excuse the damage it does.
Whether it's ignorance or lack of finances or resources, or just no regard for the environment, you take your pick.
While Lee says it takes a unified community and GovGuam approach to combat the island eyesores we call illegal dump sites, GIPA has its ear bent towards finding ways to tackle those who trash Guam.
Installing cameras, stiffer fines, stiffer penalties, providing adequate lighting so that these secluded areas aren't attractive for this kind of activity.
Is this what we want for our children, our future? This is not Guam. We're better than this.
KUAM News starting a Think Green Guam campaign for Earth Month designed to raise awareness about illegal dumping and to challenge residents to commit to community cleanups.
Your station's PSA hit it right on the head. You can contact your village mayor, or you can report it anonymously to Guam EPA at 300-4751 or 4752.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Blowing up clouds of smoke in class. Take a look at this video. 2 students apparently vaping inside a classroom at George Washington High School. It's gone viral. A teacher's voice could also be heard in the clip. Guam DOE Superintendent John Fernandez could not say when the school's administration first became aware of the video, but he says as of Tuesday, the admin at GW has already taken the appropriate disciplinary action against individuals involved. He declined comment on the specific disciplinary action, though, citing confidentiality requirements. Fernandez did not confirm if any action has been taken against the teacher, but says GDOE has, quote, policies regarding ethical conduct and responsibilities of teachers. He adds the department has zero tolerance for any type of smoking, including vaping. He says the use or possession of tobacco products is a level 3 offense and may result in students being referred to GDOE Brief Tobacco Intervention Program or suspension. Is there a plan to set up a de facto casino at the Liberation Carnival? A bill awaiting the governor's signature allows for games such as poker, baccarat, and pasoy, and tasks the mayor's council with drafting the gambling rules and regs. Meanwhile, council executive director Angel Sablan says there's also been talk of setting up a separate place for gaming, either on the fairgrounds or somewhere nearby.
It's just an alternative. It's not, in fact, it's not even yet set in the rules and regs. So we're just thinking ahead of what may happen. I mean, if we also have to be cognizant of the vendor who's going to invest quite a bit of money is not just going to go there next to where and set up canopy because of, we approved the rules and regs on the last week of May, and they have to open in the first week of June. It's not being very fair to them.
But in a statement, Senator Jim Moylan says his bill specifically prevents any semblance of a 24-hour casino gaming facility and that, quote, any game of chance shall be located at the carnival grounds and not off-site. Gambling has been the biggest revenue generator at the carnival, but was banned last year by a law by Senator Talina Nelson. Mayors lobbied for its return because they wanted to ensure the success of the 75th Liberation Anniversary. Sablan doesn't believe a separate building for gambling violates the spirit of the law.
I don't think so, because then you're still having the games. Our intent really to put these back into the Liberation was to have a funding source to help with our expenses. Now, for the color game and for the beto-beto and the big and small, those will still be a part of the carnival because those are just 20 by 20 booths that are easily put up. But when you get a facility that requires like 6,000 square feet of space, I don't know if we have canopies that big.
Sablan says they haven't talked to any gambling vendors yet, and they don't plan to issue any bids until the rules and regs have been approved by the legislature. And speaking of the executive director, Angel Sablani recently received a $22,000 pay raise. His annual salary was increased from $76,000 to $98,000 following a discussion at a February council meeting.
It was discussed, the media was here. The mayors felt that, they saw the listing of salaries of other directors and deputy directors in the government of Guam, and many of them saw that even deputy directors were earning more than their executive director here. So one of the mayors made a motion to upgrade my salary. I've been here now 8, 9, going on 10 years, and I feel that, I've worked hard for the mayors, and they feel that I've worked hard for them, and we've gotten things together, and they've unanimously consented to increasing my salary, and I thank them for that.
The pay adjustment became effective February 6th. It's an encouraging sign for Guam's critical labor shortage. 97 new H-2 workers from the Philippines have been approved, and another 258 have had their visas extended. Adelup hopes it's the start of a positive trend that will spur a new wave of construction. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The approval of the Filipino workers, whom Guam has relied on to supplement the local workforce during construction peaks, comes despite the Homeland Security Department's removal this year of the Philippines from the pre-approved H-2B program. Labor Department Alien Certification Chief Greg Massey said there's been some uncertainty over recruitment.
It looks like they will be able to. There's an additional layer of scrutiny, but it's not insurmountable.
Another encouraging sign is that some of those workers are for projects not directly tied to the military buildup. A provision in the latest defense spending bill known as the NDAA provides an exemption for DoD construction, and Massey says the new approval suggests it also applies for associated projects.
We've got projects with waterworks, with the airport, road projects with public works. And then the new one that came out was the summer towers next to GMH.
In a statement, Governor Leon Guerrero says she's optimistic this is the start of a new trend and is urging contractors to apply under the premise that most projects can be connected to the military.
Pretty much housing projects, any infrastructure, things like morale and welfare kind of things. Hopefully we'd be able to get approved.
He says labor stands ready to help contractors determine if their projects might qualify, and so far there's been 100% approval of NDAA exemptions.
Hopefully, we get the workers in that we need and get the ball rolling on construction. There's a lot of stuff that could be done.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Nestor. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company.
Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy, to the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. KUAM Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Looking for a great deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? Then get to Cars Plus in Mighty now for our spring sales event. Like a new Jeep Compass Sport, $166 per paycheck. Or a new Chrysler Pacifica LX, $220 per paycheck. Or save $8,500 on a new Ram 1500. How about a new Jeep Wrangler Sport? Only $274 per paycheck. Low 1.99% financing is available on approved credit. Save thousands during our spring sales event going on now at Cars Plus in Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Ruby Tuesday's Seafood Sensations menu is back. Choose from your favorite dishes made with succulent lobster tail, shrimp, or our newest sensations with crab legs. Try out appetizers like crab fondue or stuffed shrimp. Pick an entree like the lobster tail or crab leg dinner. Select the lobster carbonara or the deep sea pasta. It's all ready and waiting for you. Get hooked on Seafood Sensations for a limited time only at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Try a double Filet-O-Fish sandwich for double the flavor, just in time for Lent. For a limited time, served after 10:30 a.m.
Welcome back. 20 years in prison. That is the fate of a man accused of inappropriately touching a four-year-old girl. Danilo Santos Morales is sentenced to spend the next 2 decades in local prison. He was convicted of first-degree criminal sexual conduct and 3 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct in November of 2018. The Attorney General's office says this sends a clear message that sexual abuse is not tolerated and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Assistant Attorney General Christine Tenorio states, unfortunately, sexual assault happens more often than not to vulnerable children who may not realize the conduct is wrong and cannot protect themselves. It is the duty of the Office of the Attorney General of Guam to seek justice for these innocent children and protect them from further harm. The man who died in a car crash in Santa Rita yesterday has been identified as Mark Napoleon. The mayor's office confirms he is from that village. As reported, authorities responded to the crash along Pauly Ferdinand Way in Santa Rita Monday morning. The 37-year-old was found unconscious and unresponsive. He was rushed to Naval Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Investigators are looking into the cause of the crash. Mass is being held daily for Napoleon at the Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in Santa Rita. No word yet if an autopsy has been performed. Trial is set for a former police colonel who has been fighting his termination from the Guam Police Department. Mark Charfers was back in Superior Court today. He was fired for insubordination for defying former police chief J.I. Cruz's order not to speak publicly about an ongoing investigation of his conduct during a Christmas Eve 2016 incident in Agate. It was just last month the Civil Service Commission voted unanimously to uphold his termination. As reported, Charfers, off duty at the time, was caught on police body cam footage allegedly yelling at junior police officers who were responding to a report of illegal fireworks. Charfers had no immediate comment to the commission's recent ruling. Jury selection and trial is set to begin on October 14th in Judge Maria Senzon's courtroom. And with regional headlines, here's KSPN 2 News.
Half a day Guam, here are the top headlines for CNMI. It has been 10 years since Star Mariana's Air started, providing flight services to the CNMI and Guam, giving not only the opportunity for passengers to transfer between islands, but also transporting goods, connecting the islands to each other.
We've done over 500,000 flights in 10 years, carried I don't know how many millions of tons of cargo throughout the Marianas, so it's definitely a very special experience for us.
It all goes back to April 1st, 2009, where Star Marianas started with just 3 planes, only providing charters. But now there are 11 planes servicing anyone on the islands, with 3 more on the way, providing 150 flights every day, keeping low cost to travelers, people going home, and those who are just getting away to soak up some sun.
Most of those are back and forth between Saipan and Tinian, but we also have daily flights to Rota, and from Rota also down to Guam. Do a lot of charters, medical referrals. We're 24 hours a day out of Tinian over to Saipan. In fact, I carried a patient transfer just last week at about 11 o'clock at night, and those are things that people don't really know about us and see, but it's kind of something that we all know internally and are kind of proud of.
And after Super Typhoon U2 struck back in October 2018, Star Marianas was quick to bounce back, providing service to those on Saipan and Tinian, and transporting much-needed goods between the islands.
During the typhoon, we took all of our airplanes down to Guam that we couldn't fit in our hangar in Tinian, and thankfully our hangar in Tinian survived the storm. But everything that was down in Guam, as soon as we could, we started flying out of Guam, and actually we're the first airline into Tinian, bringing thousands of pounds of relief goods and cargo in. And Saipan was opened up only to military initially, but we got a special request to bring medical supplies even before the airport was officially opened, and we were able to get that worked out with the FAA and be able to make those flights happen.
Star Mariana's president, Sean Christian, says the chance of expanding air travel to other islands is a possibility.
Our focus really is making sure that we can offer an affordable product that's sustainable and safe, of course, within the Marianas. That's our core business, core market. We're always open to discussing other opportunities as long as they're well thought out, well planned out, and doesn't put our really special needs customers, the communities we serve, in jeopardy of not being able to service them. So we don't want to expand too big and put our existing business at risk, but we're more than happy to talk to others about cooperating on doing more things.
Currently, 145 people are employed by Star Marianas, with 40 pilots in total. And you may wonder what the STAR stands for.
STAR stands, it's an acronym, Saipan, Tinian, I always butcher it, but Aguihan and Rota, which, Goat Island and Rota. So it's an acronym for the names of the islands that originally we either flew to or over. Now we've added Guam, but it's kind of hard to add that to the acronym.
Star Marianas is the only scheduled airline in the CNMI, with the slogan, biggest little airline in the Pacific.
We continue to increase our number of flights. We continue to bring more travelers to Tinian and hopefully more to Rota in the future. And I think there's a lot of things to be very proud of, very happy for, and continue to move onwards and upwards.
A happy 10th birthday, Star Marianas. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2, I'm Ashley McDowell.
A look at local sports is next with Dave Delgado.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
Agent Alpha. What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it.
Agent Alpha. In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha. Yes!
Wondering how they harness a rattlesnake's bite to create Taco Bell's new rattlesnake fries? You can stop. It's just a metaphor. The nacho fries you love, loaded with marinated steak and creamy jalapeno sauce. New steak rattlesnake fries, only at Taco Bell.
Now there's a technology that's lighting the way to a new mortgage for people all across Guam. Introducing Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's leading lender. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii lets you apply for a home loan anytime from any device, making the mortgage and refi process faster and easier. Or work hand in hand with one of our residential loan experts. So put the power of choice and control in your hands. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports, brought to you by Triple J. We get the show started tonight with boys high school volleyball between the Geckos and Eagles. Check it out. The Harvest Eagles hosted the George Washington Geckos in boys high school volleyball. The home team cruised to a 25-15 first set win. In the second set, Harvest led 13-5 behind big play at the net from Taka Ward and J.R. No. The Eagles built a 22-10 lead and started to pull away after tennis star Mason Caldwell put down a kill to put the Eagles ahead 24-11. Caldwell ended the set with another shot that went uncontested for the 25-12 second set win. Up 2 sets and looking to close out the match, Harvest player J.R. No recorded back-to-back aces and helped his team jump out to a 15-3 lead at the service line. Caldwell went back to work and recorded 5 kills in the set. The Eagles ended the game going on a 10-2 run, winning the set and match 25-5. With the win, the Eagles improved to 3-0 on the season. In tennis, competitors took to the Rick Nanette Tennis Center in Agana for the 47th annual Chamorro Open Tennis Tournament. An intense men's 5.0 skilled doubles final saw Torgan Smith and Junyuk Sun fall to their younger counterparts Camden Camacho and Christian Penafil 6-7, 6-3, 10-6. Julian Guedon and Herman Paul defeated Richard Hawes and Austin Chamberlain in the men's 4.5 skilled doubles final 6-4, 7-5. Let's run through results from last night's DPR Gov Guam Co-Ed Volleyball League played at the Guam Sports Complex. UP Elementary School got the 2-set win over DPW 25-19, 25-21. Team Metgood stays undefeated at 5-0. They got the win over GMH 25-22. 25-13. Astumo got the 2-set win over DOA Bears 27-25, 25-20. Games resume on Wednesday when GPWA takes on Team Guafi at 6:30. At 7:30, PAG takes on DOE United. And then at 8:30, you can catch Depcourt taking on CL Titano Elementary School. Guam Football Association Executive Director Sherry Stewart presented 10 soccer